the Honorable Minister of Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, would have liked to be part of this important event, but he was unable to do so because of an equally very important official assignment. He sends his warmest felicitations to us all. I deem it a great honor and a unique privilege to address this very important gathering. The role of education in socioeconomic transformation of countries all over the world cannot be overemphasized. Education has been the only avenue through which human beings are transformed into quality human resource to support national aspirations of countries all over the world. Therefore, a forum that focuses on education is a forum that pays attention to the future of our country. And I wish to commend the Catholic Mission for putting this together. The overall theme of the forum, that is Catholic education for integral development, shaping a resilient and inclusive Ghana. And the main themes for the forum, namely, identifying and addressing challenges, enhancing collaboration, improving education quality and accessibility, promoting ethics and sustainability, and facilitating knowledge exchange are not only relevant, but timely. The focus of the forum aligns very well with the vision of the government to provide access to high quality and relevant free basic and senior high school education to all students in order to equip them with the relevant knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values they need to be agents of change, global citizens, and lifelong learners, as was articulated by the keynote speaker and the other speakers. The contribution of the Catholic Mission to the training of high quality and holistically trained, now we insist on holistically trained, graduates at the pre-tertiary level in the past, and recently at the tertiary level in the country and beyond, cannot be overemphasized. For many years, the mission has produced great men and women for our country and continues to do so. I think the previous presenters have highlighted this point already, but I will draw your attention to one important personality who we adore as Ghanaians. For example, the first president of the country, Osafo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who is recognized by many as one of the best presidents Africa has ever had, was a product of Catholic education. For those of you who don't know, I'm telling you for the first time, he had his basic education from Catholic school. What does that mean? His foundation had its base in Catholic education. I have no doubt in my mind that the Catholic Mission will continue to be a force in education in this country and beyond, because there is no way institutions can continue to produce high-quality learning outcomes without paying attention to the key focus of the forum, which I have read already. Professor Chairman, I require the forum to pay attention to three major issues of national interest. The first, there has been an upsurge of school violence in the country, which is an indication of rise in indiscipline among students. I think the keynote speaker also mentioned that. However, I strongly believe that there cannot be excellence without discipline, because for the student the student must be disciplined in order to sit down and learn. The question I would like the forum to explore is, how do we instill discipline in children without using any of the traditional approaches such as caning and beating? Because in our traditional culture or in our local language, when we say discipline, tia, it means spank. Tia, etia, akola, wo tia akola. So how do we look at it from modern perspective? It is evident from the literature that inflicting pain to cause a change in behavior through the use of cane and other forms of violence does not often produce the change we desire. Because when you have the power to beat the child will endure the beating. But when the child is bigger and taller or grows in size equal to you, the child might retaliate, might also beat you. So how do we cause a change in ways that the child will appreciate the need for the change? Prof. Chair, my next issue relates to providing students of other faith the opportunity to practice their faith as we instill the school culture in them. Ghana is one of the few countries in the world that have high level of religious tolerance. If the school has to prepare the learner for life outside the school, then how are our schools preparing the learners to embrace religious tolerance? How do we instill academic excellence with discipline in the holistic education we are offering in ways that provide opportunity for students of other faith to practice their religion? Prof. Chair, I believe addressing this issue through this forum will help uphold the constitutional right of students to freely worship. The third issue relates to the traffic light example our keynote speaker highlighted. I think it relates to sustainable financing models. As the Honorable Regional Minister intimated, the government is committed to solving this problem. But it is always a good idea to solve problems from bottom up rather than top-down approach. So as we deliberate, how do we look at sustainable financing models? Because the keynote speaker said that it might not be prudent for government to be solely responsible for the cost of quality. Quality is not cheap. Quality is expensive. Who bears the cost of quality? Do we leave it to the government alone, or it's time for us to come in? We have seen the challenges associated with free SHS. As we run presently. I don't need to mention them because you've mentioned some already, infrastructure deficit and all that. How do we deal with this through sustainable financial models? I believe that if educational reforms will transform, then the reform should collect input from all levels. So, as we deliberate, let us look at financial models that are workable. I think doing that will help us move forward. The challenges and the suggestions that have been presented by the previous presenters have been noted. I wish to associate myself with some of the interventions the regional minister highlighted. They are interventions the government is committed to ensuring that we have done them. But for us to have interventions that work, it is important for a forum like this one to propose practicable and workable solutions for the attention of the government. I don't think that means the government lacks idea or the government does not know what to do. I think that is the way to get reforms to transform, because it's not every reform that transforms the system. If you want the reform to transform, then we have to have inclusive approach to the reform where ideas are harnessed across the whole system to inform any policy direction. It is for that reason the government has put together the National Education Forum to collect ideas across sectors to inform the change we want to bring to our country. I wish you a fruitful deliberation and look forward to practical solutions to the observations that emanate from this forum. It is my hope and belief that the key observations and lessons that emerge out of this important forum will be shared with the National Education Forum to inform future policies in education. The Ministry of Education and its agencies, including the Ghana Education Service, will also wait to receive any communique that might emerge out of this forum in order to study and implement aspects that will support the preparation of the 21st century graduate the nation requires to achieve its developmental aspirations. On behalf of the Minister of Education and on my own behalf, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference for organizing this important forum and inviting the Honorable Minister of Education to participate. Together, let us continue to inspire and empower the next generation of young men and women who will carry the torch of excellence forward through national dialogues such as this forum. Thank you very much.